I'm Coach Adam, and this is a brand new channel all focused on helping you to build better habits. Now, why are habits so important? Because they control our lives and they shape our lives and they control everything we do. We have habits of thinking, habits of feeling, and habits of behaving, right? So can you see how important it is to build habits, to build good habits, if we want to think differently, feel differently, and behave differently, right? And I do hope to inspire you to subscribe, because my goal and intention is to help you to build better habits. Now, today's question is, how long does it take to break a bad habit? The real answer is, it depends on how strong or weak the bad habit is. But if you want a specific number, it's 66 days. And I'll tell you why in a moment. Now, the first question to ask is, can we really break a bad habit? Well, the answer is no. Why not? Well, let's go back to the definition of what's a habit? A habit, in my definition, is nothing more than a neural pathway in our nervous system. So we have our brain and our nervous system, right? And we have neurons that connect to each other and form networks, right? So a habit is nothing more than a network, right, in our nervous system. And if it's a weak habit, then it's a not so connected network, right? If it's a strong habit, then it's a very tightly connected network, and the neurons connect very tightly to each other with lots of synapses, right? Is this making sense? That's the definition of a habit. Now, if that's what a habit is, how can we break it, right? It's in our brain. It's a network in our nervous system. Can we go in there with scissors to cut the connections between the neurons? No. So what tools do we have available to actually break a bad habit, to break that connection between the neurons? Well, that's why actually what we can do is we can replace a bad habit with a good one. Why? Because we can build a new network, and that new network is gonna break up the old network. So that's why if we want to get rid of a negative habit, we want to focus on building a good habit first. Is this making sense? And a good habit takes 66 days. This is coming from research, right? 66 days, that's how long it takes usually to build a new good habit. So let me give you an example. Let's say some people want to get rid of the bad habit of biting their nails, right? They get stressful and they start to bite their nails. And now the habit has a cue, right? The cue is something happens, something urgent comes up, they start to feel stressful, so they get the impulse to bite on their nails. Now, how can we replace this negative habit of biting on the nails with a good habit? Now, the first key is to pattern interrupt the negative habit. What's a pattern interrupt? We want to interrupt that habit. So, for example, let's say we get the impulse to bite the nails. At that point, we want to do something completely unusual. We want to, for example, let's say stand up, shake our bodies a little bit, maybe do a push-up or take a deep breath, whatever it is. We want to interrupt the old system, and then we can do the action of the new habit. So at this point, we can start replacing little by little the old habit with the new habit. So the new habit could be, for example, in this case, taking a deep breath, right? So we get interrupted, right? We get a notification with something urgent. We start to feel stressful. We get the impulse of biting the nails. Now, at this point, we want to do something completely unusual, right? We want to stand up, do a push-up, whatever it is, and then do the action of the positive habit, which is taking a deep breath in this case, right? And we want to follow this new behavior for 66 days, and that will strengthen the new habit and make it strong. So that's how we can build a new habit. Is this making sense? Isn't this simple? It's simple, right? But it's not easy to do. It takes a lot of willpower and energy and effort. So the real question is not how long does it take to break a bad habit. The question is how quickly can we build a new habit, right? Are you following me? I hope this makes sense. And again, I'm Coach Adam, and I do hope to inspire you to subscribe, because my intention is to help 1,000 people build better habits and transform their lives. And I'll be making videos like this to help you build better habits. So if you want to build better habits of thinking, feeling, and behaving, then subscribe today.